Your home looks fine, but it could look like it was designed by someone who charges $300 an hour. And the difference is not furniture, it is not lighting, and it definitely is not a renovation. It's plants. Specifically, the right plants, placed the right way. Interior designers have known this for decades. A well-chosen plant in the right corner of a room does something that no piece of furniture can do. It adds life. Literal, breathing, growing life. And there is a reason every high-end apartment staging you have ever seen has at least 3 of them strategically placed before the photographer shows up. The problem is that most people pick plants based on what looks cute at the garden center. Then they wonder why their apartment still feels flat. In this video, I'm going through 6 specific plants that professional designers reach for first, why they work visually, where to put them, and what they cost. None of them are exotic. None of them require any particular skill to keep alive. But together, they will change the way your space looks and feels. Let's start with the one designers use more than any other. Number 1. The Fiddle Leaf Fig. If you've spent any time looking at interior design content in the last 10 years, you've seen this plant. Tall, dramatic, large violin-shaped leaves on a clean, upright stem. It became so ubiquitous in high-end interior photography that some designers started calling it overused and then kept specifying it anyway, because nothing else does what it does quite as well. Here's why it works visually. The Fiddle Leaf Fig has what designers call vertical presence. It draws the eye upward, which makes ceilings feel higher and rooms feel larger. A single specimen in a corner can completely anchor a living room. It gives the space a focal point that furniture alone rarely creates. Where to put it? In corners with bright indirect light, near a large window but not in direct sun, which scorches the leaves. It needs consistency. It hates being moved once it's settled, and it will drop leaves to protest. Find its spot, leave it there, and it rewards you with steady, dramatic growth. What it costs. A small starter plant runs $20 to $40. A statement-size specimen, 4 to 5 feet tall, will cost $80 to $150 at most nurseries. In a staged apartment or a real estate listing, that plant adds perceived value that far exceeds its price. One maintenance note that most people miss. Wipe the leaves with a damp cloth every few weeks. Dusty leaves look tired and dull. Clean, glossy leaves catch the light. That single habit is what separates a plant that looks designed from one that just looks like it's surviving. Number 2. The Monstera Deliciosa. The Monstera is the most recognizable plant silhouette in modern interior design. Those split, perforated leaves have appeared on everything from wallpaper to ceramics to fine art prints. And there is a reason designers keep returning to the real thing rather than the graphic. A live Monstera has texture, depth, and movement that a print cannot replicate. As new leaves unfurl slowly, dramatically, over the course of days, the plant actively changes the room. It is dynamic, in a way that almost nothing else in interior design is. Visually, it works because of contrast. The large architectural leaves sit beautifully against plain walls, particularly white or neutral tones. If your apartment feels bland or flat, a Monstera in a terracotta or matte white pot is one of the fastest fixes available. Where to put it? It tolerates a wide range of light conditions, which makes it one of the most versatile plants on this list. Bright indirect light produces the fastest growth and the most dramatic leaf splits. Lower light slows it down but will not kill it. It works in living rooms, bedrooms, home offices, almost anywhere. What it costs: $15 to $30 for a young plant, $60 to $100 for a mature specimen with multiple large leaves. It grows quickly with basic care, so buying smaller and growing it yourself is a genuinely viable strategy. Number 3. The snake plant, also called Sansevieria or Dracaena trifasciata. Designers love the snake plant for a different reason than the previous two. Where the fiddle leaf and the monstera are statement makers, the snake plant is a precision tool. Its upright, sword-like leaves, dark green with pale yellow edges, add structure and geometry to a space. It is the plant equivalent of a clean architectural line. In a room that already has good bones, it sharpens everything. In a room that feels a little chaotic, it provides visual order. It also happens to be essentially indestructible. It tolerates low light, irregular watering, temperature fluctuations, and the kind of neglect that would kill almost anything else. For people who love the look of plants but are honest with themselves about their track record keeping them alive, this is the starting point. Where to put it? Anywhere. Bedroom, bathroom, hallway, office. It is one of the few plants that tolerates genuinely low light without deteriorating. It also works beautifully in groups. 3 snake plants of varying heights clustered together in a corner create a striking sculptural effect. What it costs? $10 to $40, depending on size and variety. The Laurenti variety, with the yellow-edged leaves, is the classic designer choice. The black coral variety, which is almost entirely dark green, works better in more minimal or contemporary spaces. Number 4. The olive tree. This one surprises people. An olive tree indoors sounds impractical, and in a small apartment with no direct sun, it is. But in a bright space with a south or west-facing window, an indoor olive tree is one of the most sophisticated things you can put in a room. The visual quality is unique. The leaves are small, silvery green, and slightly dusty looking in a way that feels Mediterranean and refined. The trunk, even on young specimens, has an interesting twisted character that reads as aged and natural. It brings an outdoor quality into a space, something that feels genuinely organic rather than decorative. Where to put it? Direct sun is non-negotiable. A south-facing window is ideal, or place it outside on a balcony during summer months. It is not a plant you can hide in a corner and expect to thrive, but given the right conditions, it grows slowly and beautifully for years. What it costs? $30 to $80 for a young potted specimen. The aesthetic return for a room with strong natural light is exceptional. It is the kind of plant that makes visitors ask where you got it. Number 5. Pothos. Specifically the golden pothos, or the marble queen variety. Pothos is the plant designers reach for when they want to add softness, trailing movement, and warmth to a space without committing to something high maintenance. And it costs almost nothing. It works on high shelves, on top of cabinets, cascading down a bookshelf, or in a hanging planter. The trailing vines, which can grow several feet long, add a completely different visual dynamic than the upright structural plants on this list. They break up straight lines and add an organic, slightly wild quality that prevents a design space from feeling too rigid. The Marble Queen variety, with cream and green variegated leaves, adds particular elegance. It reads more intentional than the standard golden pothos, which can look a little casual on its own. What it costs is $5 to $15. It is the most affordable plant on this list by a significant margin, and one of the most forgiving. It grows fast, propagates easily, and tolerates irregular watering without complaint. Number 6. The ZZ plant, Zamioculcas zamiifolia. The ZZ plant is the designer's secret for dark rooms. It has the deepest, glossiest dark green leaves of any common houseplant, and it will thrive in light conditions that would kill everything else on this list. Visually, it adds a richness and depth to dim corners that lighter plants can't achieve. The waxy, almost lacquered surface of its leaves catches whatever light is available and reflects it back into the room. In a low-light reading corner, a hallway, or a north-facing room, it's often the only plant that will genuinely look good, rather than just survive. Where to put it? Low light spaces where nothing else works. It also tolerates drought extremely well. Water it once every 2 to 3 weeks, and it asks for nothing more. What it costs? $15 to $45. Buy one with multiple stems for immediate visual impact. Here's what ties all 6 of these plants together. They're not chosen for rarity. They're not chosen because they're trendy. They are chosen because they do specific visual jobs. They add height, structure, softness, or depth in a way that photographs well, that feels intentional, and that genuinely changes the atmosphere of a room. The difference between a home that looks designed and one that does not is usually not budget. It's intentionality. Every object in a well-designed space is doing something. These 6 plants earn their place. If you want to go further, learning how to pot them, which soil to use, and how to arrange them for maximum effect, that's exactly what I cover in the next video. See you there.